Vegas used to be on my tick list, but it's not anymore. It's good here. I think it's more of a point that Britain's always overlooked. It's like you have to go to America to get respected. No, not anymore. Come here. Come and fight us. That's what I like at the minute. It's amazing how the tables have turned. Look at the deal they've managed to pull off in America with HBO and Showtime. I haven't had to have a fight in America yet. I don't think it's important to go to America to make it bigger than what it is already. If I was to go to America, we all know the history of the sport with judging and home fighters. It has to be well worth it, and that's where it comes back to finances, because you have to make it worth your while. I'd love to fight in America, like Ali did with Foreman. That would be amazing. I'd love to fight in Vegas. But I think that being a home fighter is the main thing. I don't want to be accused of staying in my own backyard. It is good to get on the road to defend your title. It's the era of UK boxing. I'm not holding on to it myself. I want everyone to shine. If I just do it myself, it's not as big. Every dancer needs a partner. I need dancing partners. Let everyone shine. Those are the words of IBF heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua, talking about the potential of fighting in the United States. He says the tables have turned and that fighters no longer need to go to America to be big stars and make ridiculous sums of money. And to a large extent, that is true. Boxing has really died a death in the United States, and there are probably various different reasons for it. But just to, show you an example, you get fighters in the UK, and remember, the UK has a population of 60 million, roughly. The United States has a population of 300 million, so a way bigger population. But yet in the UK, the viewing figures are comparable to the figures in the United States. Often you'll get higher views in the UK for even domestic level fights than you get in the United States for world championship level fights, at least some of them. So boxing, pound for pound, per capita, is way more popular in the UK than it currently is in the United States. It's not even close, actually. And because of that, what Joshua was saying here does have some validity to it. America is a massive potential market for boxing, but again, for whatever reason, American people are just not watching boxing. Out of 300 million, the viewing figures for world title fights in the United States are shockingly low. Shockingly low. So, what do you think about Joshua's comments here, people? Is there any reason at all for fighters to go to the United States anymore? Or should they just stay in the UK? It's good in the UK. Joshua's making money. And you know what? Joshua's really carrying UK boxing on his back, because he is the flag bearer for UK boxing. Whether he likes it or not, whether he intends to be or not, he is. That's often the way with heavyweights, particularly popular heavyweights. So I think that as long as Joshua remains champion, as long as he remains a star, then UK boxing will thrive commercially as a result, because a lot of fighters who fight on the same card as Anthony Joshua are going to share some of that Joshua limelight, because his events draw so much media attention in the UK. So as long as his star is shining bright, then all of the other fighters on Matchroom who get to fight on his shows, they're going to shine bright too. And they might be able to grow their own star power off the back of Joshua and headline their own shows. So that's how it is at the moment. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you feel about Anthony Joshua's comments here. Do they have any validity? Or should he go to the United States? I mean, at the end of the day, how many of those world champions, those great world champions of the past in America, how many of those guys took it on the road? Muhammad Ali did. Did Larry Holmes fight often outside of the United States? Did Mike Tyson, as champion, fight often outside of the United States? I know he fought in Japan a couple of times when he was champion. When he wasn't champion, yeah, he fought in the UK a couple of times against Julius Francis and against Lou Savarese. But when he was champion, he fought in Japan a couple of times and that was it. Other than that, he stayed in the US. And it's not like he fought a Japanese fighter in Japan. No, he fought another American fighter in Japan. Both times he fought another American fighter in Japan. So is that really taking it on the road and fighting another guy in his backyard? No. Did Holyfield fight all over the world when he was champion? Off the top of my head, I don't think he did. Holyfield's fights were all in the United States. He beat Buster Douglas in the US. Then he fought George Foreman. He fought Burt Cooper. He fought Larry Holmes. He then lost to Riddick Bowe in the United States. Came back, fought Alex Stewart in the United States. Beat Riddick Bowe in the rematch in the United States. Then he fought Michael Moorer. Lost to Moorer in the United States. Came back after that. Had a few more fights. Got the fight with Tyson in the United States. You know, you get the point I'm making. How many of these guys went on the road? So if these guys, these great fighters of the past, were keeping it all in-house and at home, then if things are good for the likes of Anthony Joshua in the UK now, why should he feel any obligation to fight in the United States? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, let me know how you feel. It's happening. I'm out.